Hello everyone. Today is a short video, but it's also a respectful video because I want to pay respect for the HiveMC. If y'all don't know, the HiveMC shut down. It is now officially no longer a Java Edition server, it is only Bedrock. And that sucks to see, because Hive had some of the best games, some of the most amazing original ideas, ones that painted ways for many servers to be on in the future. So I just wanted to make this quick video, not too much effort into it, but just one where I just kind of pay my respect to a server unlike any other. I wanted to make a worst to best Hive Minigames tribute video, but I just didn't have the time. But in the process, I made this, a tier list. You can check out the tier list down in the description below for all the HiveMC minigames, even ones that are no longer that were no longer on the server when it went through its Java Edition update. I got rid of a few that'll notably be missed. And it definitely sucks. It sucks to see that some of these guys I'll never get to play again. But there is still a Bedrock Edition version of the game of the server. It doesn't have all the games, but there's some really key ones in here. And my only hope is that not that the server comes back, of course, but just some of these key mini games just get recreated, because I feel like there's some real big potential here. From every day, I felt like there was more to love with Hive, and even if it's prime time of 2013 era when it was competing with the big boys, I mean the top dog servers. I remember when I first came out. I remember when I first played it, even maybe before 2013, like way back, when all the only games on there were like Spleg, Herobrine, Trouble in Mineville, and that was kind of it. Hide and Seek, maybe. Anyways, again, I want to make this a short video, just paying my respects. So, what are we doing here? We're going to rank, obviously, these games. It's going to be a tier list fashion, as a lot of people have been loving tier lists recently, but also I'm going to do my best to make it a worst to best ranked video. I haven't really come up with any thoughts beforehand. These are just kind of instinct spark reactions to all these games, and I definitely, while some I haven't even tried before, like 2 weeks ago when I got footage for it, I wanted to just give my initial reactions. So let's get started. Let us get started. What are we going to get started with? I guess we'll go in order with how this is labeled, all this stuff. So first we have Battery Dash. So Battery Dash was essentially a minigame where it was a zone like capture game where you had to run to the middle, charge yourself with bottles of XP, and then run back to charge up your station. It was kind of like a back and forth game. It actually looked really cool in theory. It sounds interesting in theory. There was never really people playing this, so it'd only be like a 3v3 situation where you just have 3 people against 3 trying to get the XP in the middle, and it was either completely one-sided or not as fun. I feel like with this game getting possibly just a little bit more attention, they could really carve it out, and then with a lot of people joining, it actually make it more fun, and then it would spiral and spiral. So I feel like this is a decent game. How I'm ranking this is D tier is just like a straight up like a not great game, like a bad game. C tier is an average game that you would find on Minecraft servers. B is a good game. B is a solid, nice game. B is a great, oh my goodness, what a good game. And S tier are the perfect games, pretty much. The games that define, not just the games that are perfect, but the games that defined Hive, the games that everyone just loved to death. I feel like Battery Dash is on the verge of a B to C game. I feel like just because not many people will know it, I'll just put it in the C tier. It's a completely good average game. I feel like they could have transformed it a little better. So then you got Bed Wars, of course. Everyone has to have their own version of Bed Wars, and yeah, I played the Bed Wars version of Hive. It's not too different than many others, but it is Bed Wars, so it's a really fun concept to play. I always have a fun time on Bed Wars. I think the way that Hive kind of takes the popular minigames and twists them into their own versions are kind of fun. especially Skywars, which is like a different version than people are used to, and I quite like it a little bit. I might even say I might like the Skywars on Hive better than the Skywars on Hypixel. Of course, you guys know I am famous for the worst to best Hypixel Minigames video, which came out way in the past, and I feel like it's definitely out of date. And I've been thinking a lot about wanting to make a remade version of it. It's just haven't had the time. Skywars has definitely kind of dropped off as far as like big boy games, but it's still a really fun one. As we get to Bed Wars though, this is a good game. I feel like Bed Wars on the Hive is pretty good. People will know me because I made a Block Party video before it was even in the Hive server. So Block Party actually came from a person named Dan, or DCDJ. He had his own server called Dan's Arcade, and with that became a new minigame called Musical Blocked, which is essentially Block Party, but it was a completely different minigame on a completely different server. And it was honestly one of the most fun and addictive games I had. I spent hours being addicted to that, and me and my friends pretty much spent like days straight getting up on the leaderboards, and we were like top 2, top 3 on players of this game, and holy crap, it was amazing. He then sold it, and he was good friends with the people on the Hive, so he eventually sold and helped the game and helped make it into the Hive version. It is a great minigame. Oh my goodness. I mean, I feel like just the way Block Party is, and because of the knowledge I have of the version that came before it, which was probably better, it still had that amazing aspect of you could listen to music like in real time, which was awesome at the time. Like having the music sync up with the track, I felt like that was really cool. I still think it's a really great game. I'll put it in the A tier. I think that's a great one. Cowboys vs Indians is a weird one. That it was like that one where, like, again, some of these games, like I had to really stretch my mind and like really try to remember what these were. And then it's like, it was such a weird game. It was so interesting. But again, I don't want to make these this video too long, but I'm definitely a fan of this a lot for the time that it was. I feel like it was like, again, it was like some kind of capture the flag, but a different kind of sense of capture, because again, it was definitely a weird one. I think it's better than most capture-esque games, and the fact that it's got its own theme and makes it very fun. So I'll put this in the B tier. And again, after I'm done with the ranking of just putting them in the tiers, I will then replace them, like if I say one is better. So Cranked is iconic simply because of my video on it. Simply because my friends and I were able to find, this game was so unmoderated, and not even on the mod staff or just the game developer, I don't even think they knew this game existed, because it was so broken that the lobby wasn't even there. It was just a super flat world. And then this game still didn't make any sense at all, because it completely changed throughout different versions. I remember it initially being some kind of like TNT tag, but it's not. It's like it's a game where you kill people and then you get cranked, air quotes, and then you have to continue to kill people or you blow up. It's such a cluster mess of a game. I don't even know how to describe it or even categorize it. Again, I love it so much because of the video, but I have to rank it based on, again, I'm doing this ranking just based on how fun these games are, both to play with friends and, by yourself. It's just like, what experiences would you just rather want to have again and again? And, well, they did fix it, so eventually, so it's no longer broken, which kind of removed the fun. So if I were to play Cranked again, I don't know. I think I'd just rather watch my YouTube video. I think this game's a complete mess. I just didn't get it. I don't think it's a bad. I'm trying to look at these. I'm trying to like just look over this list real quick. Are there any games that I just straight up agree that are just bad? It's kind of hard, so I'll rename this to a meh, and I'll just put this in a meh, because this was just, it's so iconic, but I just can't. I just can't rank it high. It's a meme of a game. I never got it. And it was, oh man. Then we got Death Run. Death Run is a good concept. I mean, Gary's mod Death Run's awesome. And the custom map way back in 2013 of Death Run was really fun. This just isn't how you do it. Because first off, there's only one person doing the traps, and all that affects is like you can only do the traps once, and you only affect like 3 people in the front, and then everyone just moves on. If you're the person pulling the traps, you just basically press a button and you run. Press button, run. Press button, run. Just keep pressing all the buttons, and you'll get some people killed. But you respawn and then you just run. It's just basically a race, and it's like, what is really the point of this? I didn't get the point. I didn't get the point of the game. I just felt like there was better games to play. And it's essentially just a parkour race with, oh, if you're in the front, be careful because you might go back to a checkpoint that's 3 feet behind you. What a setback. Yeah, this game didn't really make sense being on a really widespread server. A lot of people played it though, which is weird. I'm gonna hit this in a meh. Then you got Draw It. Draw It is nothing too crazy. It is drawing. It is guessing the draw, the build, all those scribble IOs, all those stuff. It's a decent game. I'm not gonna say it's a top average game. I mean, again, there wasn't really any Hive touch to it. It was just, that was it. Electric Floor. This one was super weird in that there was both 2 different versions of it. Because the fact that Electric Floor by default was just too boring and too slow, they made a faster version of it because it was too boring. Why didn't you just make it faster and make that the default game? They had to make a Electric Floor Turbo Edition. That was so weird. It's just basically a party games, a Hypixel minigame stretched out into one big game where you have 3 chances to step on a block. It goes from the blue to the white to the purple to the red. And then if you step on a red, oh no, you're dead. It didn't make sense. It was so weird. The fact that you have to literally make a turbo version for a minigame because it's too boring, I just want to let you know that that's how you get put down here. That's how you get put down in the meh category, all right? Just so weird. Instagib is weird because it is a Quakecraft Hypixel, but they got rid of the Quake part. You don't feel fast, and the shots are not like instant. They're not hit scan. They drift. Like, shots take time to go from places, so you have to actually lean your shots a bit, which just makes it incredibly frustrating to play and incredibly weird. It's kind of whack, and I'm not gonna put this too lightly, but it just was a less fun version. I still love the Quakecraft, just being able to fly around, go be crazy, but the maps weren't as free-forming on just letting you go around Speedy Gonzalez. It was more just about, oh, I gotta climb up here and scout out and then take a shot and then maybe it'll hit him. Oh no, I didn't lean my shot forward enough. Oh gosh, this is a pretty average one. I feel like I'll go ahead and put this also in the meh. Again, I may re-rank stuff after I look at it. Gravity's fun. Gravity's just it's the dropper, but it's competitive, which is fun. I like that. That's a decent way to take an existing concept of Minecraft and making a little more competitive scene for it. I mean, obviously Minecraft, like, tournaments have this type of minigame a lot, and I'm a big fan of it. I feel like this is a good, solid game. Put that in the good. Nothing too crazy about it. Let's move on. SG Heroes. Okay, well, I guess we'll go and categorize survival games. So, survival games on Hive had a weird journey, where it was sometimes, at one point, it was labeled, it was possibly one of the best to becoming a really weird, messed up version of it. I didn't really get it at all. And so now I'm just like, what was the point of survival games, Hive? It went through such a journey that it's kind of hard to categorize. I'm glad there was again on the Hive site, there's 2 different versions of the SG, because I feel like regular survival games is so iconic. This is such a classic game. And again, even if you like, you could completely mess up SG, but this is still a very fun game. Do you guys hear that? What is going on outside? No idea. Oh, it's fireworks. Oh my goodness. Who's lighting fireworks at 12 o'clock at night? Anyways, I feel like Survivor Games 1 is a solid game, but the way that chest looting worked, and then that from literally 2013 to 2021, you could not open a chest by right-clicking it. It's still, I still kind of get it, but it still never made sense. It was just, why? I'm just gonna make normal chests, man. I get it, people want to be different on servers, and I love uniqueness, but that's one you don't really have to be unique about. You could just put a chest down. You don't have to be like that. But actually, here was actually really fun. See, this was when you take survival games and you actually turn it on its head, so that you don't have to wait for deathmatch to come. It just happens in a few minutes, and then you're paired with someone in a 1v1. You beat that 1v1, and then after that, you go into a deathmatch with maybe 12 people. Now, that is what you call chaotic and fun, and I like that a lot. I feel like this is taking a existing game and actually get some real fun into it. And so this is a really great game. I like this a lot. This is if I was to label Hive with 2 games that I guess I could just get out right away. There are 2 games that define the Hive and are automatically S tier. This is one of them, hide and seek. There's just nothing better. It was the one that made it happen, the one that did it all, and it's just so good. And even when near the end of Hive's lifespan, it is still just so good. It's just so fun. Even when you die and come back, and then you are a seeker, I don't know, there's just something about it. The suspensefulness, the fun of running around messing with people. This is a classic game. No doubt, it is a perfect S tier game. I'll be honest, guys, I kind of forgot what this one was. Kind of forgot what Music Masters was. Do you guys remember what this is? Because I was looking through my list and I'm like, guys, I don't know if I've actually ever played this game. And because they removed it in like a few months or a few years back, I don't think I ever really got to play this. I'm gonna have to look this up, I guess. I feel like you guys want a realistic list. You guys are gonna have to, I'm gonna have to show you. I'm going to just go ahead and have a video on mute real quick where I just remember what it is. Oh, right. I remember now. It's the Hive Guitar Hero. I get it. Okay. Everything makes sense. I think I did play this one time. It's a decent game. I feel like it's hard in Minecraft to simulate a Guitar Hero-like game because a lot of it's based on the finger movement and it's so just fluid. But for Minecraft, you have to move your head to the notes at the right time, and I feel like there's just not enough fluidity, and it's not enough you can do with that. You're limited on how you can do it. You can't have crazy notes go back and forth. So I like the concept. I feel like that's an average game. Murder. I feel like Murder on Hive and Murder on Hypixel are the exact same. I don't feel like I remember anything unique that each server did differently. And I'm not trying to compare these to other servers, but I'm just stating the facts that if, people taking the murder concept from Gary's mod and making it into a Minecraft game, I feel like it's, again, a good game. Not crazy you can do with it, but it's a good game. One in the Chamber. Ooh, love me some One in the Chamber. No matter what server it's on, it is just such a nice game. Because this is what Instagib Like, I don't know why on the Hive site they use the same icon, because One in the Chamber and Quakecraft, right? They're two totally different games. This is a combination of those games' worst attributes and putting them together. But One in the Chamber is just such a good game. Just the simple act of having one shot to bow people with, is just so good. And it's kind of how I got my epic bow skills in PvP in general, just playing a ton of this. This is a really good game. I like this a lot. Pumpkin Infection. Okay, another game I think I have to look up because it was on the site. Pumpkin Infection. Oh, that's a clever name. Another game I think I have to look up real quick because I don't exactly know what this one is specifically. I think it was some kind of zombies, right? It was some kind of zombies game, or The Blocking Dead on Hive. I think that was what it was, which is definitely an interesting concept. Oh yeah, but they also had like Quakecraft like guns. So it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Restaurant Rush. I actually really liked Restaurant Rush. I feel like you could have done a lot with it, and I remember making a video on it, and I had a lot of fun with it. So that was a pretty good game. Let's go ahead and put that in the B tier as well. Sky Giants is cool. Sky Giants is probably the best Sky version game out of all these. I don't know why they removed it. I actually really enjoyed this game. It's like Mega Walls on Hypixel, but it's got some more love to it on what you can do, how you can protect yourself, and it's a slow start as well because on Mega Walls you just go right in. But on Sky Giants, it's more of just like a build-up because you're separated by islands and stuff. You have to work up and how you're going to protect yourself and the giant that you are with. I feel like this is a really good concept of a game. I'm going to put that in great, honestly. And now Skywars, I definitely think is also this is a good game. Skywars on Hive is good because they took some unique values to it. Like, it's a little slower than Hypixel. You got to mine a bit to get some resources, but still has a lot of the key elements in there, which I appreciate a lot. Also, I think I don't know why I felt like the games on Hive are just really quick too, which is nice. Slap Brew is a meme. Slap Brew is like, what are you doing? I just feel like a child could have come up with this concept of a game. I want a game where there's a platform and then I just slap people off with cookies. I love the game. Well, do I love the game? I don't know. It's a little annoying at times. Oh my gosh, I just remember the struggle sometimes of just, why are you not getting knocked off by my cookie? Is the game bugged? Is the game desync? It's a lot of desync, which makes this an average game, but I still think it's just, what was it? Spleg is an iconic Hive game. It's like one of the first ones where you take Spleef and you redefine it, and it makes it good, and I am in love with Spleg. I actually think making Spleg maps are really fun. I used to do that a lot, just for free time, just like with World Edit, make a bunch of Spleg maps, because they're kind of fun and chill to make, and it's just like the way you can design stuff. Because like I think taking Spleef with its rudimentary, you have to be really close to break the blocks and be like, oh, you can break the blocks pretty far away actually. You can kind of shoot people. Well, obviously it pretty much instantly changes like the fact that you can't camp anymore, and it's actually a lot about strategy, and I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan of this game. I think this is a great game. Sploop is not a great game. Sploop is Splatoon, obviously. Where'd you get that idea from? Sploop is a good game, but the way they did it is weird because the rounds are 3 seconds long. No cap. Okay, well, I'm capping, but why were the rounds so short? Why were the games so short? And why did I feel like there just could have been a lot more potential here, but they just flubbed a lot? I just felt like I don't remember there being power-ups, and if there aren't power-ups in the game, why aren't there power-ups in the game? Why isn't like more like Splatoon where you could have different variations of tools to paint the floor with, rather than just spam clicking the floor until the game's over. I just felt like you could have done a lot more with this. So I feel like this is one of those games which, like, a lot of promise, kind of flubbed at the finish line. I feel like that this is a meh. Herobrine is so good. I hate this. This one hurts. This one hurts that it had to go. This one hurts that no one played it anymore. Because this was such a good game when it came out. This was a redefining game when it came out. Because there wasn't many games that were out during the time of Minigames back in, what, 2012? Holy crap, that's a long time ago. But this was an awesome game. Because it was one of those first ones where it's like a lot of people versus one, and if you were the one attacker, you had so many abilities to use. It was Dead by Daylight 14, but actually fun? Question mark? No. This is. I think this is the one game where I think, you know, I'm gonna have a lot. I think I'm gonna have another game up here as well, but I want to put out Herobrine up at perfect. People might, again, have different opinions, but I feel like this was an awesome game. This is iconic for Hive, and I just feel like this was my personal favorite. One of my personal favorites, at least. This is classic. All right. The Lab. The Lab is a cool game. The Lab was like a Simon Says variant or a Party Games variant, but actually had a nice twist or a nice theme of things. I think that was very fun. I think I appreciated the games very well. I feel like the twisted horror behind it, where it's like, oh, I'm being experimented on, but then once you're at the end of the game, you actually kill the person who is holding you hostage in that lab. It's one game where it's like got the most story behind it and the most like design, and it's got its own thing. Where Hypixel's, like Simon Says, is just like, oh, just do random things. It's Simon Says because it's Simon Hypixel. But this was actually really cool, the way the concept and just the way it played out. And it sucked that, again, I got rid of it, but I think this was a very good game. I'm gonna put this here. Again, I'm gonna reroute these. And last but not least, Trouble in Mineville. Where do you put it other than up there with the perfects? This is everything. I feel like it's glad that this one's last, because this is the perfect game, and it's so good, so good. Trouble in Mineville was my childhood for a lot of the time, and man, just that act of deception from Trouble in Terrace Town, Trouble in Mineville, and just the way it played out. And I remember having games that would last so long, like 30 to something minutes, just because of the simple act that people were like, it was actually getting like tricky, and people were actually deceiving, and it was like not just kill randomly. It's like, oh wait, all the traitors are just there killing people. This is an iconic game. This is definitely. All right, so let's do a little bit of reorganization here. I feel like we'll put stuff like this here. Instagram being worse than Death Run, being worse than Electric Floor. Electric Floor being worse than Death Run, being worse than Sploop, being worse than Cranked. Then for average, let's put Battery Dash being worse. Let's put Draw It being worse than Battery Dash, being worse than SG2, being worse than Music Masters. No, let's put Slapperoo there, the Music Masters. Then for B tier, we're gonna put The Lab, followed by Bed Wars, Gravity, Bed Wars, Skywars, Gravity. We'll put Murder down here, Pumpkin Infection, Restaurant Rush. There. Let's do it like that. Then we'll have, I think, Block Party stay here. SG Heroes, one in the chamber. Survival Games, Bleg Sky Giants. And then I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have it be Treble Mineville, followed by Hide and Seek, followed by Hero Run. But I think my 4 top games of Hive are Treble Mineville, Hide and Seek, Hero Run, and Block Party. I think those are my favorite games of Hive. And I think that will do it. Whew. So there you have it. A long video, but I feel like this was one that was fun and quick to do. And I think I had a lot of fun doing it. So again, thank you guys for being here for this long one. And thank you, Hive, for all your years of fun. Maybe if you bring some of these games over to the Bedrock version, I might actually start to play Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Holy crap. Yeah. I think this is pretty good. Again, I might reorder it again off camera, but for now, you guys let me know, what are your favorite games of the Hive? What are some of ones maybe I put down here that you think are a little better, and some I put up here you think aren't as great? I feel like I tried to make it as chill and good, and most that would agree with that. What are the most fun mini games here? The ones that you have fun with, both by yourself and with friends. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and thank you, Hive, for some amazing years of fun. And for now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe, and check out more videos down in the description. Check out my Hive tier list of mini games. Again, I need to remake that at some point, but for now, you can check out that version down there as well. Thank you guys so much. My name is Cleanfel, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Take care.